Dr. L.R. Bishnoi, IPS, Director General of Police ka Jala Meghalaya, ula pentep bakidan hadu arlak san pawa jangut ki breu ga pok Jala Meghalaya, ki badi bat ki bala kerni hau drugs. Bakalenti ba buan poi drugs ka Jala Meghalaya, kadai leng ba rata cera kata na Jala Manipur bat Mizoram. Yagani UDCP ula pentep habakren ha kecing rakhe ke International Day Drug Abuse and Illicit Trafficking. Hau susotam auditorium menak arsandrik filio arjar puar. Loong bahendia hi borok away ki bersate syakhum ha kecing kerni hau drugs kidan kumba nyau poin lai klur ngut but iwe poin ar klur ngut dai ki khna ki baran hapreng karta khadwai hadu kat prasnam kat ba san lak ngut ki dai kenthai ki bri drugs.
There are drug trafficking routes we have identified. You all know there is a golden triangle area, bordering area of Myanmar, Laos and Thailand. The total area of golden triangle is 9 lakh square kilometer. 9 lakh square kilometer means this is a 40 times greater than or larger than Meghalaya. Meghalaya has 22,430 square kilometer and the golden triangle has 9 lakh square kilometer. I mean the area equivalent to 40 Meghalaya, and that is the epicenter of the production of opium. So that is why the production is beyond the control of the government of India, because globally this problem is there. If we collect the data from NCRB, as on today, there are 7.3 crore drug addicts in India. Huge figure, 7.3 crore. And out of that, 1.2 crore is children. 1.2 crores are only children. The age between 11 to 18 years. And out of that, nearly 55 lakhs are the women. So data is a very, very scary. So you can very well imagine. In 2019, Ministry of Social Justice and Empowerment, Government of India has conducted nationwide survey. And they have also conducted survey in the state of Meghalaya and found that there are 11,420 numbers of injectable drug users in the state of Meghalaya. So this is also cause of concern. There are 43,680 cannabis users in Meghalaya. There are 1,64,840 number of opioid users in Meghalaya. 24,700 people are using sedatives in Meghalaya. 1,300 people are addicted to cocaine and 1,400 people are addicted to amphetamine tablets. And then total comes 2,49,340. So approximately, as per 2019 figure, there are 2.5 lakh drug addicts in our state. So this is a very, very scary figure. So let us concentrate on this problem as we have already concentrated. So these are the basically few data are there. You need not to see the data. On an average, there are 110 cases registered every year in the NDPS Act cases. On an average, 140 people are arrested every year. So cases may not be very high because of the non-reporting of the cases. But the population affected is too large. Next. So this is the seizure. Seizure seems to be very small, but one thing you have to keep in mind that half gram of heroin, 450 milligram of heroin can make a person drug addict. He has to take 150 milligram in one dose, and if he can take 3 doses continuously, then he will become addict, and it is very difficult to come out of that. So 450 milligram of heroin is good enough to make a youth an addict. So you can imagine for during last 5 years, we have recovered 13 kg heroin. It means we have saved the life of 26,000 people. Next. So ganja, again, it's known as cannabis, marijuana or weed, whatever you call it. Ganja cultivation is illegal in Northeast India, except few pockets of the UP, MP and the Rajasthan. The legal cultivation of this opium is allowed. But ganja is totally illegal. 15 gram of ganja, if one 5 persons can take at one go, and if it continues for 30 days, it can make a person drug addict. So 3 gram of ganja into 30 days means that 90 gram of ganja can make a person drug addict. So from that point of view, the recovery, even if it is a very small, it is very significant and relevant. So psychotropic substances are mainly synthetic in nature. Narcotic drugs comes from the natural plant sources. Psychotropic substances like methamphetamine, amphetamine, ATS, LSD, these are deadly drugs. So prominent drug trafficker route, as I have already pointed out, the Myanmar is the epicenter. From Myanmar, there are 2 prominent routes. One route go to Imphal, another route come to Aizawl. These 2 routes are relevant for us because we are sandwiched between the Golden Triangle and Golden Crescent area. Whole Northeast India is sandwiched. So from Imphal, the drug go to Kohima, then Dimapur, and then entire from Karbi Anglong district in Assam, from Assam to Guwahati, and from Guwahati again come back to Shillong. So this is one route. Second route is from Myanmar to Aizawl, Mizoram to Badak Valley of Assam, and again come to Shillong, and Shillong go to Guwahati and then come back to Guwahati. So this is a two-way traffic, and it's very difficult to check it. So these are some of the modus operandi. From recent seizure, we have noted that the people are transporting drugs in the concealed parts of the vehicles, in the trains, in the handbags, in the soft boxes, in the plastic, even in the body parts, in the garments, and whatnot, in the ambulance, in the oil tankers also. So they are using all kinds of methods for transporting drugs from one place to another place. Unless we have exact intelligence, it's very difficult to get, because lakhs and lakhs of vehicles are plying on the national highway. Unfortunately, for last few years, the human intelligence is becoming dry. So whatever results we are getting, it is depending on our technical intelligence. So human intelligence, for that we are approaching the people so that they can come forward to give us intimation. Next. So we are concentrating on 4-pronged strategy. The first strategy is the prevention, that is creating awareness in the society. This will be our first strategy. Second strategy will be enforcement. Enforcement means the recovery of drug, arrest of drug traffickers, seizure of the case, seizure of the mobiles and the vehicles, and breaking the demand chain supply, and also tracing the forward and backward linkage. So this will be our second strategy. Third strategy will be the capacity building, mean the training of the police officers and police personnel so that they can understand the nitty-gritties of the NDPS Act, and we can prosecute the drug traffickers and the offenders in the court.